that's a recent one. Yeah, that one was fun because it's I'm going to say it wrong. Dominaria, is that the world it is, the plane it was on. I'm going to say all the words wrong. That was my first card for that realm, and but it pulled from monsters I knew, the little crab guys that I completely forget their name, and they needed one of the little crab guys riding a monster that I was pretty much creating. There were some ideas in the style guide, but they're like, yeah, make it feel like something on page 57, but have fun with it. And then they needed it eating something, and they're like, come up with something on your own. So I'm like, it's in a swamp. I live in Florida. It's like, hey, can it be a magic alligator? And they're like, sure, it can be a magic alligator. So the dead animal in the water that the leech is getting ready to eat is basically my take on what would a Magic the Gathering alligator look like. And and I just got to have fun yet again. Just get to have fun with a lot of my creature designs. I like to pull in references from animals in Florida. Nexus Ops is up there somewhere, and all of those animals are based on Florida. There's a box turtle monster in there, and there's just stuff that I see every day. And so I wanted to bring in Florida monsters. So those, except for the crab, but that's still a Florida monster. Everything's kind of painted and pulled from local animals that I interact with.
How often do you interact with them?
Well, I walk every day between 7 and 13 miles in the morning. I start my day, I get up and I walk, and I have a route that can be anywhere between 7 and 13 miles, and it takes me through quite a bit of parks, and I see we have a very large box turtle population, and I document them and send them to a guy that has a project in town to locate, document, and record all of the box turtles. And so this morning I stumbled upon 2 of them mating for the first time. I hadn't seen that before, and they were over there in the bushes, and I was like, well, I'll just give that a moment. And then when they were done, I went over and took photographs of their shells so I can submit them to the archives. But yeah, I mountain biked for years, and we run into gators all the time out on the trails and stuff, and they don't want to have anything to do with you, and you don't want to have anything to do with them. So, and then the snakes and the insects and stuff, I'm surrounded by the wildlife all the time. Yeah, so it just comes into my work.